A veteran of 8 Muay Thai bouts out of the Striking Institute. Jesi Klabak, 36 years of age, 4 Muay Thai bouts out of the Blast Gym in Madison, Wisconsin.
All right. Introducing your first fighter out of the blue corner at 36 years of age, standing at 5'10", with a record of 2 wins and 2 defeats, weighing in at 135 pounds, representing the Blast, fighting out of Madison, Wisconsin, Jesi the Rabbit Klabak. And her opponent out of the red corner at 27 years of age, standing at 5'6", a veteran of 4 fights, weighing in at 136 pounds, representing the Striking Institute, fighting out of St. Paul, Minnesota, Gina Ranney. And your referee for the action is Bill Schumann.
Gina Ranney incredibly calm during the announcing of the fights. Gina is on a black on black, and Jesi Klabak is in a black and gold trim. Touch gloves by both fighters. Left heavy jab and teep or kick by Jesi Klabak.
Well, yeah, Jesi kind of staying true to her word. She's pushing forward right now and staying aggressive. So, but I like Gina's move to the Striking Institute. You know, she used to be at another gym out of American Top Team in Savage, and being at the Striking Institute now, I think she's going to refine her game a lot with Caitlin Young and all the other crew at that gym.
Well, if you see Jesi Klabak using her length, moving forward, making Gina pay. Gina is just staying calm, sitting on her heels, and just throwing heavy power once Jesi is in her range.
Yeah, I think Gina's definitely patient. She's definitely maturing. I'd like to see her block a little bit more of those low kicks, though. Those can definitely add up as the fight goes on. You know, low kicks are much like the body. There's an investment. So as the fight goes on, there's going to be more wear and tear on those legs. It's going to be harder to move around. So
Gina's a little flat-footed right now, but she's loading up on power, hoping to take advantage of just the thin build of Jesi Klabak. She's trying to power through Jesi, and Jesi continues to move forward, scoring points.
Yeah, Jesi's just setting up those punches and then finishing with the low kick. You know, it's a smart game plan, and
you can see the power of Gina is definitely something that is of concern to Jesi when she lands.
Yeah, I think like I said, blocking those low kicks, and I see Gina's kind of crossing her feet a little bit right now too. Her footwork's a little bit, needs to be spaced a little bit better. She's going to get caught with those low kicks a little bit, so I'd like to see Gina kind of straighten out that footwork a little bit. That's a nice teep, though, to kind of keep her off.
Yeah, keep Jesi honest.
Yeah, get Jesi to reset, because if you let Jesi get into a groove, then, you know, it can be trouble for her.
All right, Gina, once again, left-to-right stance, flat-footed. Gina, she was on her toes last fight, and nothing scored by Jesi in the last exchange. Left-to-right punch.
That's a good left kick from Gina.
Gina's now starting to move forward. I think Gina's got to get on the balls of her feet right now, too, to kind of just get a little bit more distance when she's throwing her punches.
Yeah, I think, too, maybe she might be a little flat early on, with Gina, getting back into the groove and stuff of fighting again. And, I think Jesi kind of put that pressure on right away. And it'd be interesting to see Gina make the adjustments for this next fight, this next round. So I think what she's doing is working. So, make sure she's cutting off Gina.
The one thing of note right now is both fighters refuse to stool.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you sit down after a fight like that, you kind of you can get adrenaline dump in your legs. Your legs can kind of fill up with that lactic acids, to kind of tire you out. So I think standing up isn't always necessarily a bad thing.
Ian, when I grew up boxing, at the age of 8 was my first boxing match, and I can tell you, in between every single round, I ran to the stool. That was my favorite part of the fight, and watching these two refuse it,
it's crazy.
You're giving up like your dessert at a restaurant. Yeah. We're going to start round 2. Both these women, touch of gloves. We're going to see what kind of adjustments Gina had made. She's got Caitlin Young in her corner. Left-right punch by Gina. Superwoman punch by Jesi Klabak.
Good right hand from Gina. Maybe that's kind of a little bit lulling Jesi in again. Again, a nice follow-up.
Heavy right hands by Gina. Left punch barely misses Klabak. Left-right punch and a kick to the body, followed by additional punches by Gina. What's happening is Jesi is leading, Gina is absorbing, and then following the punches back. That's what it appears to me.
Yeah, I mean, being last is definitely a good thing for the scoring criteria in the eyes of the judges to see that last shot get off. If Gina could be first and then finish as she's already doing, I think that could win her the exchanges, which is ultimately going to win her the fight.
Well, when Gina lands, it definitely affects Jesi. I almost like to see Gina work the corners a little bit more without her back against it, but actually forcing Jesi in.
Well, maybe kind of bring her in, bring her into the corner, and then kind of set a trap and lay her out, and then get her to move around, and then set traps for Jesi to kind of fall into, and then make your way out of the corner that way. Use your offense to get out of the corner.
All right, and Jesi can't really move as much, like her range is limited, and that's something certainly Gina wants to take advantage of. Jesi Klabak continuing to march forward.
Well, and in Thailand too, I mean, being on the back foot is not always a bad thing. A lot of technical fighters are on the back foot, but if you're not throwing much off that back foot, and someone's pushing forward and they're landing, they're gonna pay the homage to the person pushing forward, landing the big shots. So Gina's got to get going here if she wants to take this win.
Left-right punch, and there's a flurry of exchanges in this second round. I think Klabak is outpointing Gina right now.
Yeah, Gina's
relying on her power.
Yeah, she's relying on her power, and it's a little too far and few between. She needs bigger. She needs a little bit more. I'd like to see a little bit more out of her.
Ian, you had talked about the importance of being relaxed in there, especially at this level, because fighters are rigid. Gina has mastered the art of being almost too relaxed, in my opinion, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we got 6-minute fights here. These are 3 2-minute rounds, so in Thailand they're usually 5 3-minute rounds. So I mean, you have more time to kind of relax and dial into the fight. But with these 6-minute fights, it's a sprint, not a marathon.
So you see when Gina lands against Jesi, the power is felt on Jesi's side.
Yep.
I would like to see kind of a Valerie Nguyen style pace.
Well, she's going to have to this next round.
Yeah.
I mean, she's down, in my opinion, 2 rounds.
Yeah, a little sense of urgency.
Yeah.
And I think that would pay dividends. Yeah,
absolutely.
Jesi looks great though, like the way she's distanced and her length.
Good composure.
Jesi's doing a fantastic job. Touch gloves by both women, and Jesi continues to move forward. Yeah, Jesi is just scoring and scoring and scoring whenever Gina's in that mid-range.
There's definitely a focused look on Jesi's eyes right now. I can see it.
Yes.
You can see she's got a game plan in place and she's keeping it going.
Yes. Oh,
good right hand.
Left-right punch followed by right hand and a teep by Jesi Klabak. Yeah, she's very disciplined. Jesi Klabak is very, very disciplined.
Although I think if when Gina goes back and watches this fight, she's going to see if she would have thrown a little bit more and not been so selective with her shots that she could have
and maybe bullied Jesi into the corner for an exchange or two.
Yeah, I like the patience, but too much it can be problematic at times.
Yeah, Jesi Klabak is absolutely masterful in using her size and length.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's keeping that aggression too. She's being technical. She's not getting sloppy.
Yeah.
She's not winding up. She's not over-committing to things. In the pocket.
In her second fight with Atchison, you saw a little bit of an emotional type of exchange in that opening exchange. You've not seen that out of either of these two women.
No, these two ladies are very composed,
yes.
And it's nice to see. It's good to see the sport growing, the maturity.
Head kick by Gina Ranney. Misses just a little bit. She's missed it a couple times, but Jesi continues to push forward.
Now, something I've seen too, and I saw it in the first couple rounds with Gina, is when she mixes the kicks and then punches after, the punches are finding that home. So, again, something I'd like to see from Gina in the future a little bit more of.
Absolutely. Gina, heavy right hand punch. Right, left punch and a kick, right punch, and she's starting to bully Jesi. Jesi powers back by moving forward. Wow. Jesi is very tough.
Yeah, with 10 seconds here, I think we're going to barn burner at the end here. A little sprint to the finish.
Punch by Jesi Klabak, met by Gina.
Oh, wow.
Gina is now throwing all caution to the wind.
Wow, what a finish.
Fantastic fight. Jesi Klabak had an all-star performance, and Gina showed her grit and toughness. It was more power versus technique at this point.
Again, I love Gina's maturity. Just like to see a little bit more of a little bit more volume and stuff, but good maturity.
Yeah, and just the composure of Jesi Klabak is incredibly impressive. Both women great sports. Gina was timing the Superwoman punches. The 2 times that Jesi threw it, like the first time, Gina just missed on a counter, and that second time, Gina really capitalized on it.
Well, and that's the thing too. You know, that's one of the ways the counter punch. There's many ways to counter punch, and punching with somebody sometimes as they're coming in is a very important aspect of it. Timing them as they're coming in to punch and punching at the same time as them is a way to kind of cause that car crash, that collision, that knockout.
Yeah.
You know, that's what causes those knockouts is punching when they're not ready, punching when they're going, and hitting in that traffic. That's very.
Jesi Klabak is built for Muay Thai.
Yeah, she's strong. You know, older. She's filled into her body. She's very strong, very strong. And again, just mature. In her face, you could see determination, and just a strong performance.
Yeah, absolutely. All-star performance, and the grit and toughness out of Gina Ranney made that fight special. And I tell you, it's just the constant pressure of Jesi. She is going to be a nightmare for future
Absolutely.
future opponents. Yeah, very classy. Both these women incredibly classy.
Yep.
And our ring announcer, Trez Mala, is going to make this one official.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your judges' scores 29-28, 28-29, 28-29. Your winner by split decision, out of the blue corner, Jesi the Rabbit Klabak.
No, I'm
Good decision. It was a good decision. I'm not sure it should have been split, but Jesi